Police officer is behind bars accused of stealing money from this crime scene. Karen Morfitt joins us live in Denver tonight. Karen, there's actual video of what happened as well.
Yeah, Karen, he was wearing a body camera when he responded to a crash at this intersection, and that camera was rolling. Now, according to arrest paperwork, the video shows cash on the scene that never made it into evidence. After more than 10 years as a Denver police officer, Julian Archuleta is now facing some trouble of his own, accused of theft and tampering with evidence from a crash scene earlier this month. The incident on October 7th started with shots fired at police. A short chase ensued and ended with the suspect's vehicle involved in a rollover. Archuleta, wearing a body camera, is assigned to photograph that scene. According to arrest paperwork, the video shows Archuleta searching the suspect's clothing after it was removed by paramedics. He's seen removing rolls of cash, including at least $100 bill that never made it into evidence. Within an hour of being confronted, Archuleta finds 12 $100 bills, telling detectives it, quote, must have fallen in his bag. Ironically, Archuleta was recently hailed as one of the department's finest after he paid out of his own pocket for 2 nights at a hotel for a family in need. Archuleta has now been suspended from the department without pay pending the outcome of this investigation. We're live in Denver tonight. Karen Morfitt, CBS 4 News.
None of it. And the sheriff fired him on the spot. News 13's Nancy Laughlin is live in the Newsplex with the recording of that angry exchange. Nancy?
Well, Dick, the sheriff admits in the police report that even he thought the man his deputies were about to arrest was drunk. But the sheriff wanted to let him go. He insists it was not a favor. It was simply to show his men that he's the boss. Then he fired the deputy.
No, I'm taking this guy for a DWI. Come on.
This is an audio recording of Mora County Sheriff Thomas Garza firing Deputy Lee Allingham. The incident recorded by a fellow deputy who had just helped bust a suspected drunk driver, a suspect the sheriff knew and was about to let walk. According to a state police report, April 7th, Deputy Allingham arrested Patrick Trujillo after he failed a field sobriety test. He took him to the sheriff's department to fill out paperwork. Then the off-duty sheriff showed up. The sheriff told state police he was on his way to church and decided to stop by to make sure his deputies were following procedure. Then someone called the suspect's family, and they showed up. The sheriff was about to release Trujillo to them. That's when Deputy Allingham became outraged. The two men scuffled, and the sheriff tried to lay down the law.
I can do what I want. No, you can't. Nobody can tell me what to do. Since when? If I want to release him, I don't release him. And no, you can't do that. No, you can't. It's a second DWI. Release him.
Today, state police released their report of their own investigation into the matter. When they asked the sheriff why he was about to release the suspect, he told them he wanted to show his deputies he was the boss. When state police asked the sheriff if he saw any evidence Trujillo had been drinking, he said, yeah, he could smell the odor. Trujillo is the ex-husband of the department dispatcher who was also there during the exchange.
Are you related to the gentleman who was arrested, Mr. Trujillo? Is that your ex-husband? Okay. Do you know if the sheriff knows him or if they're friends at all?
The deputies told state police that Sheriff Garza had ordered them to notify him anytime they came across a suspected drunk driver that he knew, so he could make sure that driver got a ride home. The deputies say they were concerned about that, and that is why they recorded what happened that night. Sheriff Garza refused to talk to us. Back to you.
All right, Nancy, the state police investigation is focused primarily on whether the sheriff assaulted the deputy during their scuffle. Any action against the sheriff for trying to let a DWI suspect go would probably have to come from the state board that oversees.
I don't know if I can do this, but Sheriff Morris has been like a father to me. And to say that we're hurt, to say that we're stunned, to say that we're disappointed does not begin to cover it. I feel like I'm in a dead zone, and I think I speak for a lot of people in this agency when I say that. But I want the public to know that this is a family, that we rely on each other. There are tremendously good people here, and I think that they are totally entitled to trust the officers that we have on the streets here, the command staff, and I'm proud to work for this agency, and I'm proud to stand up here with these people. And I know that some people in the public, there will be a lot of criticism, but I'm proud to be part of the sheriff's office, and we're all hurt and stunned, but I think we will all get through this as a family, and I hope that the public will try and find compassion for the officers out there who are innocent and are just trying to do their jobs the best they can and have nothing to do with any of this.
The measures have been real good. Everybody over at the office has been real good, and I appreciate their help. All we're going to ask you to do is continue to do your job just like you've been doing it. Nothing changes, nothing's different. There are a couple of issues which you're all probably aware of. We won't talk about investigations ongoing or anything. But because of the length of time left in the term of office that was just elected, there will have to be a special election at some time which will be worked out. Hold your head up and be proud of who you are and what you do. It's the office that we respect, not that one incident or that individual that has a problem. Any questions?
To me, he was just a picture of integrity, and I think we're all shocked this happened. Is he in a jail cell somewhere, and is there no chance he's going to be our sheriff ever again?
I couldn't answer any of those questions. I know he was arrested this morning in Las Vegas, and that's about the extent of what I can tell you. I would anticipate he'd be back in this county in the next 24, 48 hours. I don't know that. So that put aside any concerns you have, he's been a personal friend of mine for about 50 years.
The officer put a repo man in a chokehold, a very long chokehold, to keep him from repossessing his SUV. Then, when other cops arrived, he tried to run.
It was all caught on video, and tonight we've learned why he was already under investigation before that wild arrest. News 13's Alex Goldsmith has the story.
Jessica, Dick, before and after his arrest, you hear State Police Officer Charles Vernier telling Los Lunas cops how to do their jobs. He may not be doing his for much longer.
I'm going to give you one more second to let him go and get back before you get tased.
How did a state cop find himself on the wrong end of a taser? It all started with a repo gone wrong outside a Los Lunas apartment complex.
Charles, let him go, Charles! Charles, let him go!
The man in the chokehold was trying to repossess state cop Charles Vernier's Nissan Xterra. The 6'5" Vernier claims the repo man shoved him. The repo man says he didn't, but cell video from the man's wife is indisputable.
Charles, let him go!
You're not taking my vehicle today.
The chokehold lasts at least 8 minutes and gets pretty strong at points.
Yes, I'm restraining you because you assaulted me. And I am going to continue to restrain you until the police get here.
But when Los Lunas police show up, it's Vernier who's in trouble.
Step around the vehicle now. Handcuff him. Step around the vehicle now. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around. Turn around.
The state cop finally starts to listen, and then...
Put your hands on your head.
No, I'm not being handcuffed today.
Yes, you are. Turn around.
He bolts before tripping over his own feet. How does Officer Vernier describe it?
I was walking away from you and you used an excessive amount of force. You were walking away. I was walking.
Vernier was arrested for aggravated battery and interfering with police. He was already on paid suspension. Sources tell News 13 state police had been investigating to see if Officer Vernier is mentally competent to be an officer. It didn't stop him from trying to pull rank.
I'm a state police officer. He assaulted me first. I am not going to take this shit.
So what about Vernier's claim that the repo man shoved him first? Well, the cell phone video doesn't show that, and witnesses aren't backing up his story. That repo man wasn't arrested. Back to you.
Okay, Alex, State Police Chief Pete Cassetta says they're investigating the incident and that he will, quote, not tolerate this type of